Huh. In-house listings and search. I have a room. $550 a month. That's not bad. All right, let's see. 15 square meters, a single room, shared kitchen, shared bathroom, no deposit, and 1 year minimum tenancy. All right, might as well. Okay. My name is Lion, pronouns they, them, voice. I think I'll go with voice too for this. I wonder, like, which voice synthesizer they use for that, though. Little curious about that. You tiredly wait for the application to go through before you shut your old laptop with a sigh. This ancient thing that has clearly seen better days somehow already managed to start hyperventilating after you open just a few tabs. You promptly put it in your backpack as you lean back in your seat. You can't help but let out a sour chuckle. Anyone else will probably find this old, worn-down diner seat extremely uncomfortable, but you don't have that luxury of complaining. In fact, it might be the softest thing you sat on in a week. Unaware of your own actions, you start anxiously fidgeting with your phone, silently praying to all possible gods out there that your application will be approved. 9, 10. At this point, you've been homeless for 11 months? Nearly a year. After saving all the money you could for several months, you finally were able to save enough to rent an apartment. Or at least that's what you thought. In 11 months of your homelessness, the housing prices only went up, making it practically impossible for you to find anything affordable at this point. You frantically searched every housing website, hoping to at least get some shitty old room, but nothing was ever even nearly in your price range. But this listing was everything you could ever ask for. You were thanking whoever was up there in the sky, or down there in the pits of hell, that you managed to apply basically minutes after the listing went live. Sure, it was shady as hell, no deposit, no required credit history, there aren't even any pictures, and as a cherry on top, you'll have to live with some random guy you have no information about. You were so eager to get it first too, that you didn't even ask for a tour. If anything, you are almost entirely sure that's probably some old shed, or even worse, a human trafficking trap. But you are already at a point where you don't even care. You feel like you'll go insane if you have to spend another night out on the streets. You shudder at the memories. Yeah, anything is better than that. You could swear your heart skips a beat as your phone lights up with a new notification on the home screen. It's an email from the housing website. Could it be? You impatiently unlock your phone, somehow managing to enter your password incorrectly twice before you do. You quickly locate the email app and anxiously start reading. Thank you for your application, Lion. We appreciate you using our services, and our smart algorithm has picked out these 5 other apartments for you to look at. Are you kidding me? I just applied and already got an ad. You sadly curse the website, thinking that it would probably have been better if they paid for your rent instead of financing these ads that no one probably even looks at. Well, besides you. Well, busy with your grandiose brain cursing session, you almost skipped another notification that quickly floats into your phone screen. It's yet another email. I swear to God if it's another ad. But it isn't. It's an email sent by whoever has posted that room listing. The first thing you note is its ridiculous length. It's short. Too short. In fact, there are only 3 lines, 2 of them being Dear Lion and B.R. Sungmin Kim, the name of the original poster. The middle line just says, if you come to the apartment and sign the contract within 30 minutes, I'll give you the key. Now you are entirely sure that your heart is skipping at least 30 beats a minute. That's a ridiculously slow heart rate. You immediately spring from the seat, grabbing a backpack on the way before your attention is caught up by a sad, small cup of unfinished coffee on the table. Squeezing your lips with rising guilt, you quickly grab and drink the cold remains before putting it back down and storming out of the diner. Will this finally be the day that ends your homeless life for good? You find yourself in front of an apartment door, trying to catch your breath. You don't particularly know how, but you somehow manage to make it in time. However, now you aren't even sure that you are in front of the correct apartment in the first place. You were fully expecting some shady old building, but it turns out to be just some average apartment complex. Something you could probably never even dream of affording in your current state. You hesitate for a good minute before letting out an anxious sigh and pressing the doorbell button. You hear the ordinary buzz sound play on the other side of the door, and then complete silence. That silence gets quickly interrupted, though, as you hear some faint footsteps from behind the door. The door's open. You jolt as the sound of a man's voice comes from within the apartment, but almost instinctively push the door open. Still hesitant, you awkwardly step into the entrance. As you walk in, you almost immediately get taken aback by your surroundings. You've replayed so many made-up horror scenarios in your head on your way here that the sight of an ordinary-looking hallway suddenly seems scarier than anything you could have come up with. There's no one inside, so you just default to a polite stance in front of the entrance door, not even daring to make a single step. Now that you're actually in the apartment, and now that you've confirmed that it looks more or less normal, your anxiety levels are going through the roof. You have to make a good first impression. You won't have another chance like this. Lion, I assume? Oh, hey! You look, well, cute, but you look as much of a mess as I am. You almost jump as a tall, slouched man suddenly appears in one of the doorways of the hallway you're in. You don't immediately realize that he is dressed in a suit because of how disheveled and scruffy he appears to be. Albeit, you're not in any position to judge. His eye bags almost seem to merge with his dark eyes as he tiredly looks straight at you. If your eyesight was just a bit worse, you would have even thought he just had two big holes for eyes, given how pale his skin is otherwise. Dumbfounded, you stare back at him, thinking that this eye contact is going on for a bit too long for your taste, before you realize that it's your cue to respond. Wow, that's me. Wrong, my name is actually, how did you guess? Are you a psychic? That would be me, sir. Aye, Captain. Yeah, I'm gonna go with aye, Captain, but I'm gonna save just in case, yeah. Aye, Captain. 'Tis me, Lion. The man looks at you in utter confusion for what feels like a minute before hesitantly speaking. Right. Well, my name is Sungmin Kim, but just the first name is fine. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be late for work if we don't hurry, so if you just follow me to the kitchen. The man then wastes no time as he promptly walks into the kitchen, and you are left with no choice but to follow him in. You step into the kitchen and, once again, get temporarily stunned by just how normal everything looks. Sure, you can tell that someone lives here by the small stains and patches of dust here and there, but if you had to choose, you'd happily choose this place to take some photos for online housing ads or something. Speaking of photos, you thank heavens for the millionth time today. If Sungmin put up pictures of this apartment, it would have gotten snatched before you could even apply. You don't know if it was just pure laziness or simply a lack of time, but you couldn't feel more grateful to the man in front of you for leaving the listing so empty. But you shouldn't feel grateful just yet. You still haven't signed the contract. Now, if you just look through the papers and sign at the places I marked. Huh? The papers on the table? It's the contract. Wait, is that it? That can't be it, right? He won't even ask you for any additional information? But if you're concerned about the rent, the payment is obviously upfront, but we can go through that in the evening. If I stay any longer, I will probably get fired for being late. You're free to move your stuff and unpack, though. But if you're not interested, that's fine too. But then I appreciate it if you... No! I'll sign. I'm interested. Whoa, you're an eager one, aren't you? Right. Clearly, this man is not all too concerned about who his new flatmate will be. If he was, he wouldn't put up an empty listing and responded to a random application within minutes of receiving it. You can't even afford to care about his reasons at this point. It's a good apartment. The rent is something you can afford, and the only tenant doesn't look all too crazy. You quickly grab the papers with slightly trembling hands as you then read through them. After making sure that it really isn't some part of a human trafficking ring, you take the pen lying around on the table and find the marked spots Sungmin mentioned. Alright, okay. Do I just write my name? I guess I do. Yeah. After you sign, you audibly breathe out before handing the papers to Sungmin. He quickly goes through them and then nods at you. Great. Your room is the one opposite of the bathroom. It's to the right of the kitchen. That should be it for now. Right. The man in front of you feels around his pockets for a brief second before putting his hand into one and then taking something out. Here's the key. Just don't lose it. Oh, sweet! Keys! Your hands seem to shake even more as Sungmin puts a simple metallic key into them. I won't. That would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, we will handle the payment later. I should get going. Right. Lock the door after me? Yeah, of course. Right. You try to shake off your stupor. You still can't believe that you're officially not homeless anymore. Still somewhat stupefied, you follow Sungmin back to the entrance where he proceeds to put his shoes on. Shoes that look as scruffy as he is, and then stands right in front of the door. As straight as his slouched back allows him to, anyway. Just make sure to lock it properly. And don't let strangers in. I'm not a kid. I at least know this much. Right. Well, I'll see you in the morning. Evening. I'd be happy to have you for dinner. With that, Sungmin leaves through the entrance door and you, wasting no time, shut and lock it. Such a simple motion, yet it feels so foreign to you. While on different levels, you are now also a resident of this apartment. You own the key, you can lock the door, and you can sleep in your own room. So simple, yet so foreign. You squeeze the key that's already made home in your palm and can't help but let a nervous smile curl your lips. I did it. I really did it. Still overcome with a mix of relief and excitement, you locate your room that, just like Sungmin said, is opposite of the bathroom. You walk through a simple door into a bedroom that appears to be just as simple. You're surprised to find that it's actually fully furnished, bed and desk included. At this point, you wouldn't even mind sleeping on the floor, but seeing how the bed even has its own bedsheet, you almost tear up. If this is a dream, I will be so pissed. But it isn't, and you can hardly believe it. Well, I guess I might as well unpack. The only good thing about being homeless is that, besides the backpack always being glued to your shoulders, you have no other things. You take it off and start going through your carefully packed stuff. Yep. Finally done with putting your things away, you turn towards your new bed and look down at it with rising temptation. No longer being able to resist, you let yourself fall onto the fresh bed sheets. So soft, and all yours. You rub your face against the pillow with a smile. It feels like the luck you've accumulated throughout the years was all poured into this one day. Who knows, maybe in the future you will even be able to rent an apartment of your own. Everything seems possible now. It really does. Right. You don't notice how your eyelids start feeling heavier and heavier. By the time you realize and open your eyes, a few minutes have already passed. Luckily, though, you don't have a shift today. Might as well take a nap. A really lucky day, huh? Left with no energy to even think, you let yourself fall into deep slumber. Alright. The transitions are a little long, though. That is something I'll have to say. When you open your eyes again, it's already dark outside. Feeling strangely satisfied and refreshed, you stretch and slowly sit up. God, I haven't slept this good in a long time. Oh, damn it! Right, Sungmin said that you'd sort out the rent payment this evening. And he even offered to have dinner together. Free food. But this is not what's important right now. You feel a sense of anxiety building up in your throat as you check the time on your phone. 10:27 p.m. God damn it. While you sadly curse yourself for being so careless, you get off the bed and start unconsciously walking back and forth. I mean, if he really cared, he would have woken me up, right? It's not like you locked the room or anything. Speaking of that, is he even home? You cautiously tiptoe towards the door and quietly put your ear against it, trying to see if you can catch any sounds. He's here! You can clearly make out some footstep sounds and moving sounds coming from the outside of your room. Great! Wonderful! You're not getting kicked out just yet. Maybe the dinner offer is still on the table too? Not wanting to wait any longer, you swing the door open and walk into the hallway. Surprisingly, the hallway looks really different when it's dark. It almost has this new feel to it. Very different from the plastic-perfect filming set you've witnessed earlier. You don't spend much time mulling over the perception of the hallway, though, as your attention is caught by the light coming from the kitchen. The sounds are coming from there, too. You don't have to be Sherlock to deduce that Sung-min is there, so not wasting any time, you walk towards the light. Wait, what? This can't be... Ah, I see. The hell? Oh, hey. This can't be that, right? Oh, come on, Lion, you're not stupid. There has to be an explanation. Right. That's, wow. Early Halloween decorations, movie props, hyper-realistic cake. I mean, have you seen those cakes? Have you seen those cakes on TikTok? Like those really hyper-realistic cakes. They're ridiculously good. But really, none of these would be my actual answer. I would straight up ask if those are like human remains and be like, cool. It's real freaking cool. Early Halloween decorations? Are you one of those people who get ready for Halloween in spring? Those are Halloween decorations, right? No, these are real human body parts. Oh, come on! You were supposed to agree with me! Sorry. This is just... a weird-looking pig. God damn it. And you just started thinking you lucked out with this apartment. What is he? A serial murderer? A cannibal? A serial cannibal? No, wait, that's wrong. A cannibal serial. If you're thinking about calling the police, I'd advise against it. Of course you're calling... No, I don't want to call the police! I want to have dinner! Next thing you know, it'll be your leg he has on the cutting board. You just got out of homelessness and you're not about to die to some cannibal. Serial murderer in the pink apron now. You do understand that if I get arrested, you will no longer be able to stay here, right? Do you read thoughts too? I don't. How do you know I want to stay here anyway? Just so you know, Mr. Sung-min, I have a grandma I can stay with at any time. No, you don't, EpyksLion. And even if you do, you probably hate her enough to apply to a random suspicious listing and sign the contract all in the same day. So you did it on purpose! Well, something like that. But he's right. There's nowhere else you can go now, and your only choice would be to return to life on the streets. It'd be silly to think police would help with your situation too. Man, what the hell? This... Are you going to eat it? Yeah. It's too much meat though, so I'm just gonna store it for the future. I don't get such tender meat often. It would be a pity if it went to waste. This wasn't the dinner he was talking about, was it? What are you even supposed to do now? Do you really have to tolerate a cannibal living literally in the same apartment as you? But life on the streets! The feeling of your skin being so dirty that no matter how hard you scrub it, nothing makes you feel clean. The long night spent dumpster diving, going through pounds of discarded food just to be chased away by minimum wage employees that, in retrospect, are in no better situation than your own. You shudder at the memories. Listen. Yeah? Ah, goddammit. Whatever, anything is better than going back there at this point. If they catch you, don't involve me. And don't eat me. Deal. It might take a while, and as you can see, it's really messy, so let's talk about your payment tomorrow. Right. Well, you probably better go to sleep. Unless you want to watch. No! Yes! Yes, please! No, thanks. Well, see you tomorrow then. Yeah, let me stay! Good night, my new housemate. Don't forget that I know where you sleep. We literally live in the same apartment! Why wouldn't you? Just thought I should remind you. Right. Also, God, the smell is killing me! I'm leaving now. I'm going this way, and you're going to stay here. Good night. You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight. I think I'm gonna sleep like a baby. But surprisingly, you zonk out pretty quickly. I told you! I told you! The next few days, you are still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid that Sungmin will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him and you will have to go back to the streets. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handling your first payment, you don't see him at all that much. Your shifts typically start in the early morning and end somewhere during daytime or evening, depending on the day, so you thought you would at least catch him leaving home. And yet, despite all that, you don't even ever see him leave the apartment. His shoes are already gone by the time you wake up. 3 weeks pass without you noticing, and still, you can count the amount of times you've crossed paths with Sungmin on your one hand. Those few times you did see him, you could feel his gaze lingering on you. You're not sure what this is about, but even when he's not around, you can still feel his eyes lapping at your skin. Sometimes you wake in the middle of the night to the sounds coming from the kitchen, which your imagination twists into the sickest imagery. That aside, you really have nothing to complain about. You can't be more grateful to have a solid roof above your head and somewhere to return after work every day. Some form of steady housing really does change your life for the better. You don't have to worry about where to sleep every night, about not being able to shower when you want, about the chance of getting robbed if you're not careful enough, about having some privacy and so on. You hate to admit it, but you really don't regret staying here even a bit. You condemn what Sungmin does, but considering you're not really exposed to it anyway, even the constant dread of being butchered or kicked out if he's ever found out slowly leaves your mind. Surprisingly, even your funds start looking better now that you're able to take on more hours and leech off Sungmin's Wi-Fi. Hell, you even start considering getting a second job. Everything seems almost too good to be true. Alright. So what happens now? Also, I have to say, Sungmin is probably the best wife you could have. What the? A loud sound coming from somewhere within the apartment suddenly pulls you out of your deep slumber. I'll get back to why Sungmin is the greatest wife in just a moment. Did something fall? Or even worse, someone. An image of Sungmin dragging a new corpse into the apartment suddenly pops into your head. But what if something happened? You spend a couple of minutes sleepily contemplating if you'd rather the sound be a corpse about to be devoured by your landlord, or the very same landlord collapsing on the floor. Whatever. If it's a corpse, I'll just pretend it's a hyper-realistic cake. Yeah, cake! As you step into the hallway, you quickly realize you weren't worried for no reason. Your housemate is on the floor, looking as if he had collapsed a few minutes prior, and you guess that's probably what happened too. You waste no time and quickly walk up to him. Hey! Hello? Hey! No need to yell. Finally. Morning, USA. What happened? You okay? I wanted to shower, but I'm too tired. And hungry. Now that he mentions it, you do realize that the man in front of you smells. Badly. Awfully. You might even say abhorrently. Your thesaurus session of listing synonyms for the word bad gets interrupted by Sungmin lightly groaning as he attempts to stand up. Jeez, what time even is it? Definitely past 12 a.m. at this point. And he just came from work? As another wage slave, you can't help but feel bad for him. Sure, he might be living in this nice apartment, but... And you would lie if you said you didn't feel a twinge of jealousy, but what even is the point of having it if you just come here to sleep? This newfound sense of camaraderie fills you with enough sympathy to want to help the man in front of you. Alright, come on, I'll give you a hand. Huh? You know, a hand. Just don't bite it, okay? I know you're hungry and all, but I am not food. I remember that. You stretch a hand towards the collapsed Sung-min as he dumbfoundedly looks back at you. Finally, he grabs it and heavily gets up. There we go. Okay, you go shower now and I'll make something for you in the meantime. What? Are you sure? Yes, I am. For once. But you seriously better go before you stink up the place or I change my mind. Alright, okay. Before he can say anything else, Sung-min promptly disappears behind the bathroom door. Well, that's that. Time to cook now, I suppose. For a second, you wonder if you should put on Sung-min's Queen of the Kitchen apron on, but quickly decide against it. That thing has probably seen more blood than your blood vessels have in your entire lifetime. You immediately start checking out the drawers and cupboards in search for ingredients. You and Sung-min haven't really divided the kitchen space, but since you don't have a lot of things anyway, you took the liberty of picking an empty one and stored all your things in there. As you go through the cupboards, you quickly realize that, apart from condiments and instant ramen, there's nothing of nutritional value. In fact, most cupboards designated for food are just filled to the brim with nothing but cup ramen. What the? You already feel bad for him before, but now you feel really bad. You feel so bad, in fact, that you check your own cupboard to see if you could make anything of your stuff instead. Unfortunately, it happens to be the day you ran out of almost everything, and besides a sad handful of oatmeal staring back at you from a bottom of a jar, there's nothing you could turn into a sustainable meal. Defeated, you return to the cup ramen hoard raining on the shelves. Cup ramen it is then, I guess. You pick a random pork-flavored package and start cooking. Cooking time? Okay. Click on this and do this and then this, the seasoning, the veggie, and then the water, and I cap it, and then yeah, we got ramen. Nice. It's actually a really cute minigame. All done, I suppose. You try to squeeze out a smile as a sign of pride in your work, but no amount of grinning can make this sad excuse for a meal any better. All of a sudden, an idea pops into your head. An idea that's so foreign to your morals that you wonder if you started going insane cooking that cup ramen. I mean, he's a cannibal, so... What if you made some human meat for him to go together with the ramen? You don't even have to look in the freezer to know that he has containers full of human meat down there. If anything, you're grateful that he at least doesn't store it in the fridge. In fact, he doesn't store anything in the fridge at all. His side is always empty and yours, well, yours just has some occasional milk and eggs here and there. Don't tell me he's just been surviving off of instant ramen and human meat. Well, it's not really time to contemplate about Sung-min's dietary choices at the moment. He will probably be out of the shower pretty soon. You have to decide. God, do I cook the human meat? Do I cook him the meat? I feel like I should cook him the meat. The meat will be good. I'm gonna save and cook the meat. Well, he is a cannibal. It would only be natural to cook some human meat for him, right? You swallow as you open the freezer. Cold air pouring out of it, as if it's some sort of evil premonition. It's just chicken, or pork, or fish. You try to convince yourself that what you will be cooking is anything but human meat as you reach for one of the freezer compartments. When you finally find enough courage to open it, it surprisingly turns out to be nearly empty. There's just one lonely container lying at the bottom. Honestly, it's not anything like you expected it to be. No gouged out eyes, no jars of human teeth, nothing grotesque, just one small container. For some reason, just the sight of it calms you down enough for you to simply pick the little plastic box up and shut the freezer without a second thought. You then absentmindedly take out the pan and start the typical process of frying meat. Heat the pan up, pour some oil. By the time you are supposed to put the meat on the pan, you've relaxed enough that you can easily do it. Thankfully, Sungmin has already pre-cut it into thin slices, leaving you with the easy part of the job. After a couple of minutes of spacing out in front of the stove, a familiar smell brings you back to reality. Pork! Smells just like pork. Did you really just manage to convince yourself that it's pork after all? What in the... Hey. What the? Wait, that your shirt! Yes, I am pregnant. No, you can't touch my belly. What is this t-shirt choice? Sungmin? Yeah? Are you... pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you ever impregnated anyone? No, I haven't. What's with these questions? Would you like to be pregnant? Never mind. Anyway, something smells really good. Yeah. I couldn't find anything, so I made some cup ramen. And, I'm frying some human meat. Sungmin raises his eyebrows for a second before he takes a step towards you. He gets so close that you can practically feel his breath on your face. Instinctively, you take a step back. Is he not happy? You're burning it. Wait, you're right. Can you fetch my glasses from the bathroom, please? I'll take over the cooking. Yeah, sure. Appreciate it. You quickly make your way to the hallway. In a way, it almost feels like a dream. Or a nightmare? Regardless, you're just happy that you're not the one frying in the pan. Sighing, you step into the bathroom. Search time! Okay. It's a drag and drop sort of thing. Man, what's with all the bloody tissues, though? I'm a bit curious about that. Where did it go? Aha! Yeah, found it. Yeah, nice. I'm not even gonna question the teeth. Why are there teeth? When you successfully get Sungmin's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting at the bar table, the food ready in front of him. You hand Sungmin the glasses, his cold, bony fingers brushing against yours as he takes them. Thank you. The man gratefully nods, and you, a bit hesitantly, grab a stool and sit on the opposite side of him. Hey there. You assume that Sungmin will start talking first, but unsurprisingly, he continues eating, completely ignoring your presence. Seems like you'll have to be the one to start the conversation. What does it taste like? Why do you need a housemate when you eat people? Why did you collapse earlier? I do want to ask about why he collapsed. Hey, why did you collapse like that earlier? He raises his eyebrows at you as if you were asking a very obvious question you already know the answer to. And you do. Well, I was hungry and tired. Right. Seems like a workplace has really been overworking you, huh? What workplace doesn't nowadays? Fair enough. But still, maybe you should change companies. I feel like one day this amount of overworking will put you in your grave. You know what? Maybe you have a point. Really? We'll stay at this company for a tad too long. It will probably start getting suspicious about their higher-ups and clients disappearing soon. Their what? It's decided then. Tomorrow I'll start sending my application to new companies. Thanks, Lion. Yeah, you're welcome. You want to bring his earlier comment up, and his face looks so full of newfound determination that you realize it's already too late. Spend the next few moments in silence as Sungmin finishes his food, and you, absorbed into your own little world, stare out of the window at the city drowning in darkness. This whole situation seems funny to you. Just a few weeks ago, you had nowhere to go and had to look for a place to spend the night at every single day. But now you're here, sitting in his clean, cozy kitchen, with a cannibal eating human meat by your side. Human meat that you have prepared for him. Nevertheless, you can't help but admit that you much rather prefer this bloodthirsty cannibal's company to your homeless life. What a cursed world we live in, huh? Hey, Lion. Huh? Thanks for the meal. Yeah, of course. You know, it's been a long time since someone made me a meal. Instead of me making a meal out of them. Is that his attempt at humor? Well, I will probably head to bed after doing the dishes. Well, there's still time to do so. You should probably do the same, though. Sorry for waking you up. How did you... You already have that puffy morning face. Well, at least he's honest. But he's also right. You almost started falling back asleep while sitting with him there. And you'd rather upkeep your sleeping schedule if you want to get a second job. That wasn't an insult, by the way. It's kind of cute, actually. Did you just call me cute? You should probably get out of here before he asks for seconds. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Good night, Sungmin. Good night, Lion. Sweet dreams. With that, you go back to your room and quickly find yourself falling asleep in the warm embrace of your bed. Well, what's gonna happen next? The next day, you can't help but mentally go back to your encounter with Sungmin. You feel that he is charming. You can't lie, there's something about him. Something that strangely attracts you, despite him being a cannibal and a murderer. That fact almost makes you feel ashamed. You don't let it fully get to you, though, as your gratitude for the housing opportunity is far bigger than your sense of shame. The previous night only ignited your morbid attraction towards him even more too. You wonder why. You spend the whole day thinking about it, and don't notice how quickly it passes. In the end, you go to bed completely exhausted after another day of hard work. Well, how's this next encounter gonna go? But seriously? Again? It hasn't even been the full day, for God's sake! This time you don't even waste time sitting around and immediately get up and swing your door open as you step into the hallway. You stop in your tracks almost immediately. The hallway turns out to be empty. There are sounds of water coming from the bathroom. Sungmin is probably showering in there. Then what was that noise? Surely you're not going insane yet, are you? You hesitantly start walking forward before you notice something around the corner that was not there before. Something red. It's just a corpse. Wait, a corpse? Seems like you somehow jinxed it yesterday. Based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather lack thereof, you guess that Sungmin has probably decided to restock. Jeez, this one looks really rough. Why would he need to tie it up though? Please! What the? Alright, okay, seems like the corpse is not dead. Please spare me! I haven't done anything! Right. What are you supposed to do now? The terrified woman stares at you with desperate plea in her eyes, her arms and legs both tied with layers of thick rope. Definitely not something you expected or were ready to deal with when you were leaving your room. You mentally curse at Sungmin. You're not going to hurt me, are you? No. I'm not with that guy. Jesus, this woman looks petrified. Well, no wonder. She's practically head to toe covered in blood. But this is really awkward. She's just a poor innocent person with an insane lack of luck, and you know her fate better than anyone. But do you really have any right to intervene? Then please, will you help me? Instead of responding, you just rub the back of your neck, feeling conflicted about what to do. At the sight of that, the woman's face sinks in growing hopelessness. What's your name? It's Lion. I'm Alicia. I'd say nice to meet you, but this is probably not the best time for that, huh? Yeah, you're gonna be dinner. God, he's so scary. I was just walking down the alley from work, and then he jumped me out of nowhere. I mean, look at all this blood. He did all this to me. God, I don't even know what's going to happen to me. What did I do to deserve this? He's keeping you a prisoner here, isn't he? Well, you wouldn't exactly call it that. I mean, really, I'm a prisoner to capitalism. Come on, two people are stronger than one. I'm sure that if we act together, we can easily overpower him. I promise, no harm will come your way. I might not look like it, but I'm quite agile, you know? Well, you really don't want to risk being the one getting eaten instead? Oh, come on, don't you see them scared? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Lion, please. I really don't want to die. Why would I save her? Why? Why would I do that? I'm gonna save my game and not save her. I'm good. You're on your own. Instead of fear, Alicia's face contorts with rage at your refusal. How dare you! How dare you refuse me? Okay, I no longer feel bad whatsoever. Like, you are going to make a nice, ooh, God, what can we even make with, like, human meat? I'm just a little curious. You're gonna make a nice barbecue. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna make really good K-barbecue. Do you even know who I am? You insignificant stupid! Her yelling seems to attract attention because a freshly showered Sungmin creeps out from the bathroom. Slowly, he slinks up behind Alicia and... What's going on back there? Hello? Hey, yo, where'd you get a ship? Sungmin stands victorious over Alicia's now battered corpse. Though you doubt she had any chance in the first place, being tied up and all. This made me hungry. Guess I brought home takeout. At first, his remark confuses you until you glance down at Alicia. That's definitely one way to call her corpse. Hey, Lion. You nervously look up at him. He doesn't want to make you into a home-cooked meal now, does he? What you made yesterday was decent, and your company was quite energizing. So I was thinking, maybe we could cook together. Yes! Yes! We could share too! Yes! Well, it's definitely out of character. On one hand, you kind of feel too afraid to agree. On the other hand, you feel too afraid to say no. But hey, who knows? Maybe it will be a good bonding opportunity. And no more killings will happen. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna help him cook. Why would I say no? Well, it's not like Alicia was your friend or anything. You have no qualms about helping Sungmin cook her. At this point, you've already done far worse than cooking a person. Plus, being on good terms with Sungmin, who is very much alive compared to Alicia, seems way more important right now. Sure, sounds delightful. I'm kind of a professional chef though, so stand back. Well, you're definitely not back. I mean, not bad. So you should get more practice cooking meat of the human variety. Well, seems like this is your chance to do so. Okay, boss, what are we cooking? Well, I was thinking of making curry. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, so you can make something besides instant ramen. I actually enjoy cooking quite a bit. It's a hobby of sorts. If I didn't have to work this much, I'd probably spend more time indulging in that hobby. Wait, wouldn't that mean he would kill more people? Without beating around the bush, Sungmin promptly puts you to work at the cutting board. Meanwhile, he starts cooking rice and cleaning the remains of Alicia off himself. Well, time to get chopping. Yay! Cannibal cooking time! Oh, wait, no, regular cooking time. What am I supposed to do? Okay, I am beating the carrot. I am just gonna beat my carrot. This game is so freaking silly. Okay, time to beat the hell out of these onions. My eyes! My freaking eyes! No, come back! Come back! You're not allowed to cry! Yes! Good onions, good! Now, ooh, hey, gonna beat the arm up. It's not gonna hit me. Ow! Oh, this is bad. Oh, God. Yay, meat! Once you're done both with cooking, Sungmin takes out a second blade and looks at you questioningly. Seems like your landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. A cannibal meal. Yeah, of course I'm eating with him. I did not go through all this work just to not eat, okay? I'm eating. Well, you've already helped him cook human meat. Might as well try the fruits of your labor. You nod at Sungmin and he fills the plate with freshly made curry. Human curry. Hell yeah! You look down towards the fresh bowl of curry. The warm aroma from the piping dish is alluring. It has a deliciously spiced scent that dances across the kitchen, lingering delicately in the air. Various seasonings in the dish create a romantic, Hot and heavy, yet sweet, mouth-watering fragrance that you can practically taste. The human meat you cooked really adds some pizzazz to the whole thing. Right. You nearly forget that this curry is topped up with a nice serving of Alicia. You feel a little guilty that she smells so good. I mean, hell, I would imagine her meat would be very tender. You both take the same seats as yesterday, and you can't help but feel a sense of deja vu. Well, partially because you did the exact same thing the day before. This seems like a good opportunity to get to know Sungmin a bit better, though. Right, why did you pick Alicia specifically? How do you even have enough energy to do this? What's your backstory? What's up with your wardrobe? Why'd you pick Alicia? Why did it have to be Alicia? She seemed sweet. Well, for the most part. Why did you pick her specifically? I didn't. She was just there, in the alley. Alley? Yeah, she was already covered in blood, fighting some other guys. I just thought she was an easy meal. Oh, yeah, makes sense, but wouldn't that make you more of a vulture? Somehow you're not even surprised. Typically, I pick someone from the company I work at. Someone scummy, someone rich, someone I don't have empathy for. Then there are some days where, well, I just get lucky. You know, she was already killing someone. I could tell it was just a normal thing for her. A fellow killer's instinct, I suppose. But yeah, typically I just kill someone who is a source of others' suffering. That's the best thing I can do in this capitalistic hellhole. Well, this is still brutal. That's the realest shit I've ever heard. You know, I've actually never told you, but I was homeless before this. If it weren't for you, I'd still be out there sleeping on a park bench or the nearest Teddy's table diner. Or, you know, shelters. If you can even call them that. Not that I was even let in half of the time. Well, glad you're here now, Lion. I am too, but it really is only thanks to you, Sungmin. I didn't do anything. You got here all by yourself. As the conversation slows into a comfortable silence, Sungmin begins to eat. Staring down at your own bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Are you guilty? Ashamed? Mortified of the choices you made to get yourself to this point? You should be. You know logically that you should feel all these things. But... you really made some killer curry. Before you know it, a spoonful of steaming curry is already in your mouth. The mix of carrot, onion, and meat is devilishly delicious. Your brow twitches. Shouldn't you be disgusted by this? Wouldn't a normal, regular person be disgusted by this? Maybe you're not regular. Maybe there are two sides of you fighting for dominance. A devil and an angle? Or was it an angler? Antler? Doesn't matter. The food is kicking, and you're the pro chef behind it. Yeah, superstar chef. Is that even a thing? I have no idea. Not only do you enjoy this meal, but Sungmin seems to be enjoying it too. You think? His neutral expression makes it difficult to read him. You count this as a win anyway. Right. Hey, yo. Was that an achievement? You'd say the dinner goes pretty well. So well, in fact, that the two of you go on to have many more dinners together, spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Before you know it, your relationship with him naturally progresses into something more romantic. The two of you officially become partners. You really let Sungmin cook, and perhaps that's what sets you on this path. The path towards destiny. Towards the day that Sungmin proposes to you? You don't expect it, the abrupt nature of it all. When he slips the ring off your dinner's finger and gets down on his knees. The ring isn't your size, but you know you could always get it adjusted later. Finally, all of your simping pays off. Of course you accept. Your wedding takes place at the most classy location anyone dating a cannibal would choose. The butcher counter at the local supermarket. And the meat and knives. All the meat and knives the eyes can see. Naturally, it's a breathtaking ceremony. Even the shoppers can't help but stop and stare in wonder. Or rather, in fear. Nah, they're probably just jealous of your supermarket wedding. Hand in hand with Sung Min, the two of you will have a very grotesque, disgusting, and gory future. Exactly the way you hope it'll be. Sung Min has successfully risked you. Oh, was it you who risked him? Who cares? Congratulations on your marriage. Wait, what? You got an ending. My Homemade, version 1. And you didn't even fall off a cliff. Okay, so I'm a bit curious about some of the other endings. So what happens if we don't eat with him? Oh, I already ate earlier, so I'm still full. It's one thing to cook a human and another to eat it. And you're not about to become a cannibal buddy for your housemate. You slowly retreat to your bedroom, deciding to retire for the night, not wanting to watch Sungmin enjoy dinner. Before you know it, the sleep overtakes you. Right, what happens here? Living with a cannibal turns out to be too much to bear, despite your desperate situation. You, however, are resourceful. You take a few months to find a second job, saving as much money as possible to move to someplace normal. It takes a year, but you finally do it. You think this apartment will be normal. The price is average for your area, and it comes with a standard cockroach infestation. It even has the classic Landlord special with all the handles on the cupboards painted white. Until one day, the music begins. Above you lives a pianist, and each night their music coming from above rattles you to your core. It creeps through your ceiling, into your mind, into your soul. Every day you find yourself slipping deeper and deeper into insanity's grasp. When did you sleep last again? A day ago? No, 3 days ago? You can't remember. Your work performance begins to slip. You're not sure how much longer you can take this. Compared to this hell, Sungmin wasn't so bad. What? Oh, my ex-housemate. Was it really worth it? Hell no, it's not. Okay, so as it turns out, if you don't help him cook her, or if you don't eat with him, like, you would get the ex-housemate ending. So I'm gonna see what happens if we save her. Nah, you can't just leave this poor woman to die. You might be bad enough to live with a cannibal, but you still have enough integrity to not watch someone get killed right in front of your eyes. Okay, right. Yeah, I'm gonna help you escape. Really? Oh, Lion, thank you. Of course. I don't know how I can ever repay you. You're my hero. You probably shouldn't tell her that you considered doing the opposite just a moment ago. Okay, just wait here and I will go fetch a knife to free you, okay? Okay. Just please, hurry. Right, it would be really bad if Sungmin caught you trying to help her escape. If he doesn't see anything, maybe you can just come up with a lie and say that she escaped on her own or act clueless. Surely it won't do anything to you, right? But you will think about it later. It's time to act. You quickly make sure that there are still sounds of water coming from the bathroom and quietly sneak into the kitchen. Search time. Alright. Let's see. Knife. Where is knife? Knife. 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 It's knife time. Alright. When you finally show up in the hallway with a knife in your hand, Alicia looks at you with an almost elated expression on her face. Lion! You did it! Yeah, sorry. Took me a while to find it, actually. The kitchen drawers are kind of a mess. Doesn't matter. Quick, cut the ropes! Alright. You quickly start cutting the ropes on Alicia's arms, trying very hard not to accidentally damage her clothes. Clothes that look way out of your budget. Also, you're not sure if they can even be used anymore. The amount of blood on them is probably not something you can easily wash off. Once you finally cut the last knot, the ropes start slowly falling off. Hey, what are you doing? Stop doing it! No! Oh. The hell? I guess I should thank Rodrigo for gifting me this stupid knife. What the hell? What? You were supposed to escape, not kill him. Well, he's not dead yet. Not the point! I'm sure there's absolutely nothing we can do anymore, and God, we totally can't save him, even though he's still alive. Well, what did you expect? I wasn't going to keep someone who saw me kill those stupid fricks alive. So you what now? Do I have to repeat myself specifically for you? Or what? Did you really think all this blood was mine? You did. That's not the point here. Basically just killed my landlord. Where am I supposed to go now? Oh, please, like it even matters. You already look like you're homeless anyway. Wow. Bitch. That was uncalled for. Ugh. I don't even know why I have to explain this. Look, honey, I'm a busy woman and you've already managed to tire me up with your empty blabbering. Let's just end this already. Suddenly, Alicia launches towards you and you, completely not expecting it, fall to the ground. I would think this is hot, but you just killed the one guy I was really into. When you come to your senses, you are tackled to the ground by Alicia on top of you. One of her hands slightly yet firmly squeezing your throat. Hey! It's your turn now. What? You didn't expect me to keep a witness alive, did you? You did, actually. Your time has come now, little lamb. Please don't talk like a cartoon villain, at least. Ugh, and I told Rodrigo that monologuing is not my style. Anyway, die. Wait! What now? You aren't planning on being the one to monologue now, are you? Because I don't have time for this. Just show me some way to convince her to let you live. I'll do anything you want. Anything you ask of me. Anything. Aw, anything? That's a shame. Maybe in another life, I would have kept you as my little lapdog. You know, that would have been quite a fitting thing for a cute little thing like you. Well, since you're so eager to do anything for me, die. Ow! Ow! I think I got stabbed! You feel a blade of a sharp knife painfully sliding across your throat. Seems like Alicia goes straight for the vital organ this time, huh? A few hectic moments of being overwhelmed with pain later, you finally start losing your grip of your own consciousness. This is really not what you expected your life to turn out like. Just start looking up for you, and now you're dying by a probably already dead cannibal by your side. Well, at least you're not alone. If you were still back on the streets, you probably would be. That thought brings you a weird sense of gratitude and peace in your last moments. You got an ending. My dead housemate. At least you're not homeless. I don't think this is any better. Okay, I am pretty sure that not cooking the human meat is going to net me another dead end, so let's not do that. No, cup ramen should be enough, and your morals aren't that low yet. You set everything on the bar table and patiently wait for Sung Min. It doesn't take that long for him to finally appear in the kitchen doorway, his hair wet from showering. Hey. What the? What is this t-shirt choice? Also, I'm gonna skip for I can't skip. Sung Min? Yeah? Are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? Okay, I know that this is leading to the M-preg thing, but I'm gonna skip right along. Anyways, something smells really good. Yeah, I made you some cup ramen. I couldn't really find anything else, but... No, I'm not talking about that. Huh? Instead of answering, Sung Min takes a step towards you. Instinctively, you take a step back. Hey, don't start ominously walking towards me without saying anything now. Sorry. Ah! All of a sudden, he pushes you down. Oh, hey there. Is that better? No, it's worse now. Well, nothing we can do about it now. He wasn't talking about this when he said something smelled good, was he? Sung Min? Yeah? What did you say smelled good? You smell delicious right now, Lion. Thank you. I've been using a new body spray. Wait, no! You are not going to eat me, are you? Sorry, Lion. That's just how it is. We made a deal! Yeah. I guess I'm terminating our agreement then. You can't just do that! I'm already doing it. Fair enough. But hey, wouldn't that be bad for your serial killer, cannibal serial murderer reputation? I have no reputation. I literally kill and eat people. Oh, come on! There's gotta be something! Come on, Lion, think! Well, get up and there's a lot of human meat in the freezer! You don't have to eat me. I know. How can I resist this sweet, fresh fragrance of your insides calling for me? Is there really no way out of this? Oh, come on, Sungmin! Sorry, Lion. You were a good housemate. Hey, I'm sure there are plenty of other people in need of cheap housing. I mean, you're right, but that doesn't sound exactly comforting right now. Don't worry, Lion. I'll make sure to use every part of you. That's not the point! Before you can continue, you feel sharp teeth on your throat, and the next thing you know, awful pain waves overwhelm you. You attempt to scream, but can't. Sungmin has probably already managed to tear your vocal cords, so I can't even moan! Your world slowly falls into darkness as you enter a state of pained shock. Is this what you get as thanks for making cup ramen? Oh! I got cooked! It became a stew. Okay, so we're towards the end of the game where Sungmin is actually about to propose to us. Now, what I did different is that I mentioned that, okay, I think that Sungmin's a little dull, just so I could get a variance of the good ending. So, the ring isn't your size, but you know you could always get it adjusted later. What? Does he think you're a simp or something? Living with and dating a cannibal is one thing, but dedicating your whole life to him is another. Who marries the landlords anyway? You tell him, oh, hell no. Yet you continue living with him, successfully escaping the iron grip of homelessness with a friend? Buddy? Bro? By side? You're in far too deep now. If the police ever came for Sungmin, you know they'd arrest you too, but you don't really mind that risk. You're in this together now. Together forever. Landlord and tenant. Yin and yang. Partners in crime. Platonically, of course. Just like the homies would. Alright. My housemate. Version 2. You're the yin to his yang. Anyway, that was my sweet housemate. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this game for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And I gotta say, I enjoyed this. I do love the dark humor. I love a little bit of dark romance. And before any of you say it, no, I don't think Sungmin is a goddamn yandere. Like, being so for real here. He's just a cannibal. Like, he's not necessarily obsessed with you, but yeah, like, falling in love with cannibal is pretty morbid enough. And gotta say, loved it. Loved it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.